All right. There we go. All right. So, what's up for y'all watching this on the YouTube replay? The market is rallying in the overnight because of Nvidia mainly. Nvidia just reported earnings. They're up 4.55%. And that's just kind of sending all other tech stocks up today. I'll show you how my portfolio is doing. If we head over to my main dividend account right here, I got three different accounts here. But if we check the Robinhood account, we're actually up 0.5% in the overnight market. We were down on the day. But look at the whoa. Dude, the S&P 500 is green after hours. That's an incredible rally. That's actually nuts. So the SPY's doing great. The Qs, look at that, man. That's like that's a new 52 or that's a new month high. So the Qs are up 1.23% after hours. So yeah, I expect stocks to be really green tomorrow. Just kind of everything just bumped up. Like look at Apple. I don't know if this was because of Nvidia's earnings. Yeah, this wasn't even near Nvidia earnings. So I do wonder what just happened. Looks like the whole market is turning green in the after hours market. But you know, Nvidia reported earnings at 420. The Nvidia reported earnings way back here on this line right here, and then now, so the market there, maybe it was the Nvidia earnings call, maybe there was something on the earnings call that made the market rally. I'm not sure, but yeah, congrats if you own any stocks. By the way, here's my risk on portfolio. Let's see how we're doing. So we're up 2% all time in here, not bad. And here are some of my winners and my losers. I just like being transparent. We got some losers like Enphase, Zoom, UiPath, AMD. uh dang, they're not doing great. So they're only up 1.5% in the after hours market. I was thinking Nvidia would have pulled up AMD a bit more, but that's all right. Yeah, yo, Ulysses, dude, I know you're happy. Didn't you buy Nvidia calls yesterday? Or I know you got a lot of shares of Nvidia. So, dude, congrats. They're up 4.6%. I mean, that was really unexpected. I mean, congrats if you're an Nvidia shareholder. So, Nvidia's at like 141. So yeah, they're doing pretty good. And it sent the whole rest of the market up. Like Amazon's up 1% overnight market. I mean, like look at this. This is what I'm saying. I don't think this is because of Nvidia's earnings. Like the market just all of a sudden started rallying the past 20 minutes here. So I'm not sure about the news, but I'll take it. Maybe there was some Trump tweet or something. So yeah, it will fall. Yo, what's up, AAF and JD Trading? How's it going, man? Appreciate y'all being here. I took some profits on GameStop yesterday. You know what? We'll look at Nvidia and then we'll check out GameStop. So, since Nvidia just reported earnings, we can't really look at them yet, but or maybe they're here. Nope, they're not here yet. So anyway, Nvidia earnings were good, obviously. Let's look at GME though. Uh, so GameStop, I like this company. Dang, they're down 10% on the day. I'm not actually too sure why they're down so much, but I like this company. Fundamentals aside, because of their cash position, GameStop is so cash rich. They have no debt whatsoever. They have literally no debt and $4.7 billion of cash. And that cash is earning them a lot of interest. Like, we're not buying them because of the fundamentals. Like, the revenue's down 28%. Yo, Ulysses, no way, dude. Dude, Ulysses, for the 82 gifted, dude, Ulysses. Congrats on the Nvidia position, dude. I really appreciate that. It was Nvidia. What's up, Tony? When do you think stocks will drop again? Yo, that's what I'm hoping for. I have a lot of cash on hand. I actually have 1,200 of cash in this account. It's about to go in the cash sweep so I can earn interest on it. But yeah, I want to buy more stocks. Like I'd love to buy more Amazon. The deals were so good last month. Like I was buying Amazon down here under 180. Now Amazon's over 200. I want to buy these high quality companies, but they just like look. I was buying the dip on Amphenol Group. I can't believe this stock has skyrocketed up to all-time highs. You know, same with some of our other companies like ticker symbol Dave right here. I literally just bought ticker symbol Dave, and we're already up 170% on them. We bought Dave right here on this day right here on April 3rd. April 3rd, we bought them, and they just keep on going up. I don't believe it. I mean, a couple months ago, this was a $5 stock, and now it's 200. So the analysts were definitely wrong. Any chance? Can you give me a band? Yo, what's up? Hey, yo, how's it going, dude? What's up, Robert? When do you uh thoughts on NATH? Is that Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs? No way. Let's see. Yeah, so Nathan's Famous. So actually, wow, look at Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs. They don't do any earnings calls, but they do report earnings, obviously. They're only a $400 million company, very small company. We actually have in our fridge some Nathan's hot dogs. And look at that. Nathan's is making net income every quarter. You know, I like this one. Well, not much money though. They're making like 5, 10 million a quarter, but they do the like hot dog eating contest. They have sponsorships and stuff like that. Um, I like that they're profitable every quarter. That's the good news here. And they pay a dividend. Yeah, a 1.92% dividend, and the dividend costs 50 cents of EPS. Hey, they can actually easily afford that. You know what? I'm gonna re-add them to my watch list. Put them at the top. I like that they're profitable now, and they've had some nice stock price appreciation. So that's an interesting one. What's cash sweep? That's just where you earn interest on your cash. It's basically like a high yield savings account. If you look in the middle of my screen there, um, I have $800 of cash and it earns me daily interest, which is pretty cool. Uh, is Boeing? Yo, we can look at Boeing stock. They got Lockheed Martin didn't get the contracts, and Boeing did. Yo, what's up, Hoppy19? How's it going? If you got a stock you want me to look at, let me know. I got you. We're streaming on both YouTube and TikTok right now. So here's Boeing. So unfortunately, this stock has just not done too good since 2019. You know, it's down bad, but they have been doing good the past month here. Here's what I don't like about the company. Here's the bad news is just this net income right here. They literally have not made a single dollar of net income in over 2 years. So for 2 years, this company literally just hasn't made a single dollar of net income. Or they've just lost, I don't know how they lost 6 billion, 3 billion, 1 billion. They have more liabilities than assets. So Boeing, the fundamentals aren't too good there, but the government contract is kind of saving them. They actually, Boeing is in trouble with the government. They, for like soap dispensers, they overcharged the government by 30x for soap dispensers. Like charged a stupid price. Anyway, that's just one little issue though. I mean, Boeing's all right. Let's see here. Lol Cody, CODI. Is this what you're talking about? Is this the stock? Dang, they're not done great. Look at that, a huge gap down. I wonder what happened that day. Must have been some bad news. I don't know what that bad news is. Let's see. What are these? Lugano, Sterno? Are these names of like prescriptions? I don't know. Is this like a healthcare company? Um, I'm not too sure, but let's go check out the net income right here because that's what matters. Are they making money? So the net income is just, I mean, overall, they are making net income every quarter. That is the good news if you kind of average it out, but it's a little choppy. The sales are up 15%, so that's not bad. Double digit growth, but yeah. What's up, YouTube agent? He says, "What's your net worth?" It's probably around 50,000. How's it going, man? Go live the other way. This is impossible to keep on my phone. Wait, STT, is the live weird? I appreciate you being here. Um, I'm just live streaming on TikTok too. Is it look weird because I'm streaming vertically? I'm wondering your thoughts on yo, hi, D-Mob. We're talking about stocks here. I'm not too sure what how to answer that. MPWR. So, or I'm just gonna stay out of politics. We're just looking at stocks here, by the way. I'm not an expert. This is a financial advice. But here's MPWR. What's up, Luffy? He said monolithic power system. So they have a yield. Look at that, near 1% yield, and the payout ratio is a 13%. Look at that annual dividend growth. You now get paid $5 a year. So that's actually some impressive growth. Morningstar has this at 770. The PE's an 18, so that's a very fair valuation. Let's go check out the net income. Oh, so they had a one-time adjustment last quarter, made their net income 1.4 billion. But look at this. If we exclude that, the revenues or the profits were up 76%. So that's actually really impressive growth. Wow, the sales were up 39. Operating profit was up 76. So that means they're growing their net margins. So actually, I really like this. And wow, that is a monster balance sheet. You know what? I'm gonna add them to my watch list. I haven't really looked into them too much, but this is great fundamentals, very low dividend payout ratio with high growth. So I do like that one actually. Um, let's see. Uh, what AP? Oh, yeah, oh, YouTube agent. I think it's in the link in the description. I actually don't have it linked. It's actually a brokerage. Anyway, IMNN. Let's see this one right here. This is Immunon. Unfortunately, the stock's at like an all-time low right now, a $26 million company. So very small company, but look at that. They're up 28. I didn't realize that. They're up 28% in the after hours market. So maybe that's just from Nvidia's news. Closes private placement warrants. Huh. So, oh, so this is a revenue-less company. So if we click on revenue right here, I mean, this is from 2022. They don't sell anything. So this is a revenue-less company. They don't sell a product or a service. They lose 5 mil a quarter. Not a great balance sheet. So there must be some good news around that one. I don't know. 100K for self dispensers. Let's see. Thoughts on E.L.F. Oh, and we'll look at Nvidia too, because Nvidia just moved the market. So y'all won't believe this. Look at E.L.F. Beauty. I watched them report earnings with Nvidia. They initially fell 15%. They fell to $78, and then the stock just went all the way back up to 92. So it just absolutely pranked the bears who are bearish on Elf Beauty. So they just reported earnings. I don't have the earnings yet because they literally just reported them 2 hours ago. But they probably are starting. Hopefully their margins are getting better. Here was the only critique I have with Elf Beauty. Great growth. The sales are up 31, but look at this net income. The net income fell 35%. That means they're losing their margins. Their net margins fell 51% from the previous year. So hopefully they brought their margins back. I know they're taking market share. Mate, can you show your watch list? Yo, I got multiple watch lists here. I'm not sure which one you want to see. And some of the stocks I have on here, I have because they're super low quality. Like, I don't remember which ones, but most of these are high quality stocks. I have a debt-free watch list. Every stock in here has no debt. You've probably heard of some of these, like Instacart, DocuSign, Duolingo, Pinterest, Opera GX browser, Zoom, Reddit. They're all debt-free. And hey, I'll show you my risk on portfolio, by the way. We were up 1.2% on the day in this account, which is pretty good. We also have our Robinhood account right here. This is our dividend growth portfolio. So every stock in here pays a dividend. And wow, look at that. So we're almost green on the day, mainly from Nvidia. I mean, look at this after hours movement. So congrats if you own any stocks. Go check your account. This S&P is up it just updated. It's up 1.22% after hours. So look at that, just straight line up. I'm not sure what happened. I don't think it was Nvidia earnings. Look at Apple. Maybe there was some, because this is way after Nvidia earnings. Nvidia earnings were 2 hours before this. So there's some news that I don't know yet that I'll look into probably after the stream. But maybe it was a tweet or something. Maybe someone knows. Anyway, let's keep going here. Jamal said SMCI. Yo, I do got some super micro stock. This one's really risky, but I do own 10 shares of them just for fun. This one is up 3% with Nvidia. They whenever you buy GPUs from Nvidia, you get Supermicro to come install the servers for you and everything, install the racks, and I just like the growth here. They have some nice growth, especially since 2021. But the net incomes, their margins just got hit. The net income fell 72%, and that was real. Like, the net income really fell. They lost their margins. Yeah, look at this net margin right here. It fell 2%. But they did just get a $20 billion contract deal from DataVolt, and the whole company's worth $25 billion. That's kind of why they reported earnings. The stock kind of just fell, but then a huge gap up from this DataVolt $20 billion contract they just got. Anyway, that's super micro. Again, with some of these companies, you don't want to have a huge chunk of your portfolio in them. They're so risky, like a Robinhood, a SoFi. You start them out as really small positions and then let them grow into bigger ones. Like, dude, the riskiest stock I own is probably Rumble. Terrible fundamentals. I mean, just awful. But I still own them. Anyway, let's keep going here. Someone said TORM. What's this one? TORM. Yeah, if you got any stocks you want to look at, let me know. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. Yo, what's up, Jeff Mack? How's it going, man? SMCI is smoking hot. Thanks, Nvidia. Yeah, dude. Nvidia is really the reason for that one. What is TORM? So, Torm Minerals. So, yeah, so look in the top right. This is a company you want to avoid. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. We're getting low on battery here. The whole company's worth $4 million. So think about that. If you buy the whole company for $4 million, you could do that. And, this is from 2017, so we don't even have their most recent data. Yo, I'm just staying away from that one. I can never. That looks so risky. Let's see. Microsoft is buying Nvidia chips. That's why the stock increased. Oh, hey. On top of that, Nvidia just reported earnings. So here's OKLO. This is a nuclear stock right here. So this one I think is a startup right here. So look at that. OKLO inks deal with South Korea nuclear giant for global push. Hey, that's good. So yeah, that's really good news, because if you go to the revenue right here, you know how it says no data? That's because they're a startup. They've never sold a product or a service. They are making those mini nuclear reactors, but they just don't have any revenue yet. So, but it's moving with all the uranium and nuclear stocks. The biggest nuclear energy stock is CEG, Constellation Energy. They literally own 50% of all the U.S. nuclear energy reactors. Largest nuclear energy play, and it's kind of the whole industry that's done great. Like, look at them just in the past month, up 41%. That gave me most of my gains. I'm up 52% on them now, literally just from the past month. So they've been a great performer. Because Trump just signed this order to speed up nuclear energy reactors in the U.S. from 100 terawatts to like 400. Anyway, let's go look at DOCN. I looked up DOCU. DOCN. So this is Digital Ocean. This is a cybersecurity stock right here. I used to actually use their software. Unfortunately, yeah, dang, I wonder why the stock has fallen so much recently. They're up 2% after hours. Let's see. So the PE is a 25. Yeah, look, this is why I still like this company. They're growing very nicely. They're, growing double digits, 15% year over year. That's some solid growth. And we can kind of see the analysts are just expecting. They've been beating expectations like crazy. Yeah, look at this net income they're making. Easy. Is that real? Yeah, that's real net income they're making. So this is a profitable company. They have a bit of a leverage balance sheet, but that's because they do so much stock buybacks. They don't retain their assets. So I still like DOCN because the fundamentals are at its all-time best. I mean, the stock has fallen off, but the fundamentals are pretty much at their all-time best. The net income's at an all-time high. So yeah, I don't think I'd sell out of them. Or I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yo, what's up, Northern Jays? Someone said, what's up, what 1-5? How's it going, man? NVST, what is this one? NVST, so Invista Holdings. So is that this? Yeah, or no, NVTS, dude, I am slow. NVTS. So, oh, this is Navitas Semiconductor. So they just partnered with Nvidia. Oh, and yeah, look, they're up 10% after hours, probably from Nvidia earnings. But if we go to the news tab right here, it was 2 days ago. So yeah, look at this right here. If you kind of read at the top, and Nvidia Semiconductor soars 150% on Nvidia partnership for AI power systems. And the reason the stock is up so much, like look at that, it went from 190 to $7 because this company was going to go bankrupt before this deal happened. The stock was at an all-time low. They're burning net income. They lost their growth, but this is going to revive the company. Yeah, look at these net income losses, not great. And look at that, the sales were down 39%. And the net income is terrible. They have a good balance sheet. So this NVIDIA partnership is really going to save the company. That's good news there. Yeah, hey, what's up? I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. If you guys got any stocks you want me to look at. What's up, Marty's? How's it going, man? Let's see. KULR. Or wait, I saw this one first. Malachi said, what do you think of TRNR. Haven't heard of this one before. Dang, unfortunately, this stock's at an all-time low. Yo, so if you look in the top right, the whole company's worth $8 million. So that's just not a company I could trust. The whole company's worth $8 million and the stock's at an all-time low. Let's see if we can figure out why. So yeah, you buy the whole company for $8 million and in just in the past 3 months, they lost $6 million. So, and the revenue is growing, but it's only $1 million, And so the trend is getting better for these net income losses, but they just can't afford to lose 5 million a quarter right now when the whole company's worth 8 million. They can't dilute the shareholder. They have no way to raise capital. So that one looks tricky. I don't know if I'd buy them. Just from a financial point of view, the stock is still momentum. Boxer said SOFI. So yeah, dude, this stock impresses me every time I look at them. I always want to buy more SoFi. So SoFi, they're a fintech. They have their own banking charter, and this is the best part about the company right here. If we look at where the revenue comes from, half the revenue comes from lending, but then they have their financial services. And look at the growth of this. This is why I love SoFi. It's up 101% from the previous years, literally doubled. And this is like high margin for them. So the financial services are doing great. And the lending business, their main business lending is up 25% year over year. So both segments of business are growing like crazy and they're profitable now. People can take SoFi serious. They're making net income every quarter when they used to lose, 100 million a quarter. So SoFi's really turned things around. People can take them serious. Same with like Robinhood. Robinhood's finally profitable. So what's this one? Ticker symbol NAT. What's this one? Nordic American Tankers. So yeah, this is the like shipping company. So they're worth 500 million. And again, so dang, unfortunately this stock is down from like 2005, 2006. But let's see, yeah, you buy them for the high dividend. See, this has a 15% dividend yield. The dividend changes every quarter based off or every year based off how much they make. So yeah, dang, look at this. They can't really afford a dividend. They only made $1 million in the most recent quarter. At least they're still profitable. But yeah, that was real. They barely made $1 million in net income. So the numbers are just really small here. You want to see a lot of supply chain issues come back, and that'll help out this company. It's kind of like a Zim. I'd maybe rather buy a Zim, and even then, this one's still pretty risky. But the stock price is done a little better. I think there's another one I like. Is it NOC? I don't remember. It might be NOC that I like. No. All right, let's keep going here. Let's see. Nerdy said AGAE. What's this one? Allied Gaming. So wow, look at this one up 50% today. That's crazy. Okay, so they're not a huge company. They're only worth 150 million, but still they're up 46% on the day. Let's see. Casual games. Okay, so they have mobile games. I wonder what mobile game they own. Event revenue. Oh, so this is barely. Oh, I was thinking this is a lot of revenue. Okay, it's 800,000 in the most recent quarter. Okay, let's check out the revenue down here. So, yeah, revenue of 2 million and they lost 4 million. Pretty good balance sheet though. They are getting a little bit more a lot more leverage than the previous year, probably from these net income losses. So I don't know, man. They're doing great though. I mean, congrats if you own the stock, but I need to do some more research on them. I wonder what mobile game they own. I got to go check out the market real quick. No way, we're green on the day technically. Dude, congrats if you own any stocks. Look at the Qs in the after hours. I mean, this is an incredible rally, up 1.65%. So, wow, incredible rally. Look at Apple. Apple's up 2.64. Huge green stick on them. Anyway, let's keep. Oh yeah, let's just go. Let's look at Nvidia real quick. Or let me go back over here. Unfortunately, because they just reported earnings like 2 hours ago, I can't really show you them, but obviously the stock is reacting great. They're up 5.5% in the after hours market. In the past month, they're up 30%. Nice. I don't own any Nvidia, but I own AMD actually, and AMD has been an underperformer. Man, I wish I bought some Nvidia instead of AMD. Let me actually go show you that right here. So yeah, we are down 7.5% on my AMD position. I just like being completely transparent. So let's keep going here. Mr. Ward said CMPO. Yeah, I'm trying to get to all the stocks here. I do apologize if I don't get to all of them. Here's Compco Secure. Haven't heard of this company before, but look at that. Pretty much all-time high on the company. They're a $1.5 billion market cap. So corporate equity investment method. This is interesting. So the revenue fell. Huh. The numbers are a little choppy here. The stock's done great, but the numbers look kind of weird. So yeah, revenue fell 40% year over year. The profits fell to just 6 million, but maybe there's some good news because the stock's at all-time high pretty much. So uh may- did they beat yeah, actually they beat on net income, they beat on revenue just barely. So hey, I mean, hey, the stock's done great. So I wish I could give you more thoughts on them. I do apologize. Sean said, or Sharon said, "We ride." So yeah, if we go to, oh yo, by the way, we were just looking at Nvidia. Nvidia owns a lot of stocks. Nvidia owns 8% of CoreWeave. CoreWeave is like their main holding. But We Ride is also Nvidia partnered with We Ride to bring some of their automotive revenue. The thing with We Ride is this is a Chinese company, basically Chinese Waymo, and the stock hasn't done too great. So it's just an autonomy driving company in China. So I mean, it's cool that Nvidia partnered with them though, but yeah, the fundamentals don't look too great there. I don't think yet. And they're Chinese. I just try to avoid the Chinese stocks. Let's see. QUBT. This is the quantum stock. A lot of the quantum computing names have been really hype recently. Google is my main quantum stock, but, such a small exposure to quantum with Google. But this is like a pure play quantum company. The thing is, though, like I'd like to buy these, but if I go to the revenue right here, like I get it's supposed to increase in the future, but for right now, this company did 39,000 of sales in the most recent quarter. I mean, come on, man. And that net income was faked. It was from diluting you. I actually lost 8 million of net income, but they're doing the right thing. The stock has gone up so much, they're issuing shares and raising a bunch of cash. So this is a cash rich company. That's how their balance sheet got to improve. Hey, that's a quantum momentum name. Yo, by the way, here's the most recent stock I bought. I bought them yesterday. Ticker symbol COKE, Coca-Cola Consolidated. It's my newest purchase actually in the portfolio. Let's see. In Nasdaq futures up 350 points. Yeah, you're right, dude. Our portfolio. Oh, let me check the Roth IRA today. So yeah, the Roth IRA. Oh yeah, so we have a lot of high yielding dividend stocks in here, like BRX and Main Street Capital. This one pays a monthly dividend actually, which is pretty cool. Anyway, oh yeah, here's us year to date. Yeah, I'll show you everything here. We're up only 3.5% year to date. I do think that is beating the market, and this is our main account. So this is our buy and hold portfolio. So pretty much once I buy a stock in here, I try and never sell it or just hold it for the long run. And year to date, we are up 13% all time. And if we go to, or 13% year to date, if we go to all time, we are up 53% compared to the S&P 500's 40%. So we beat the market in this account, but then we have this account that's underperformed. All time, we're only up 3%. And I've had this portfolio for a couple years. So yeah, don't listen to me. I'm not an expert. But why does the court What does the court blocking tariffs mean? Um, I'm not sure, healing. I'd have to look more into that. I probably couldn't give you the most educated answer about that. But maybe that's why the market's rallying. Yo, Sermon, how's it going? Good news with Nvidia. Yeah, Catherine. Congrats if you own Nvidia. They're doing great. And Nvidia's really sending up the whole rest of the market. Like Amphenol Group, they're up 2.2% after hours because they make a lot of the copper cables for the new Nvidia VRware stuff. I haven't looked too much into it, but Amphenol's a cool company. Let's keep going here. Let's see. What was your reasons for purchasing Coca-Cola Consolidated? It's just a great company. I love the values. I love the valuation. I've met the CEO. The CEO of the company owns 70% of the voting rights of this company. So you're really just leaving it into his hands. But I trust the guy. Um, anyway, and they have good numbers. This is the Coca-Cola bottling company. They bottle for other companies too, like Keurig Dr. Pepper, Monster Energy. They bottle the stuff for them. Anyway, let's keep going here. Uh, Long time no see. You see Nvidia? Yeah, what's up, Sermon? Yo, by the way, if y'all want to help me out, I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok right now. Please just go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Robert. It's in the link tree in my bio as well. First link. I'm streaming on there as well. If you miss anything, you can replay it. I don't have anything. Watch out for people impersonating me. The only thing I have is a YouTube channel, and I just appreciate if you subscribe. Anyway, yeah, Nvidia's up 5% after hours. They just reported earnings, so we can't see it yet. But here's why Nvidia is such a great company. Like the automotive revenue, like their partnership with WeRide, that's leading to their automotive business growing. The PC GPU market share is an 18%, huge exposure to GPUs. But here's why Nvidia is so hyped, and they deserve the hype around them. I mean, look at this growth. I mean, if this was any other company besides Nvidia, they'd also deserve it. I mean, the revenue is up 101% to 36 billion, and that's just the top line. Look at the bottom line. They made 22 billion of net income just in the most recent quarter, up 80%. And they just reported earnings again. I think they made another 22 billion this quarter. So revenue beat estimates. I'm not gonna go through and find the exact gap EPS of 81 cents. And okay, so they made like 20 billion of net income this quarter. Okay, not bad. Uh, Yo, user 13 said PK stock. What's this one? PK. Park Hotels and Resorts. So I don't love the hotel industry because, yeah, look at this. The stocks just don't really outperform in the long run. Like, look at this. They're down from their 2019 price, but they usually have high yields. Yeah, wow. Okay, so this one has a 13% dividend, and the payout ratio is over 100%. So I'd be a little careful with that one because the payout ratio is now over 100. So yeah, look at that. That's bad news. They actually just lost net income in the most recent quarter. And they pay out most of their net income in a dividend, so that's not great that their net income went negative. And the sales were down 1%. So yeah, I it's probably fairly valued, but I don't know. I'd just be really careful with that one. Just like to buy and hold for the long run. You get the nice yield though. So here's GM, General Motors. So yeah, this is another one that hasn't really done too good. Like it's only returned like 3% a year on average. But yeah, they own General Motors. We all know them. And last quarter they had a one-time adjustment, made their net income go negative. They actually make like 3 billion of net income a quarter, which is good. And they have a nice yield, I think. Yeah, a 1%. Mm, whoa, wait, really? A 1% dividend yield, and the payout ratio is only a 7%. So they could literally afford to 3x their dividend to a 3% dividend yield, and the payout ratio would only be at 25%. So they actually, that's really interesting. Since there is such a dog cheap PE, they're probably doing stock buybacks. So I like that they're making net income every quarter. That's the good news around now. Yo, Luffy said INOD. What's up, dude? So INOD, I own them in my Roth IRA. So this is InnoData right here. Nvidia's partnered with them. Nvidia is a customer. Same with Meta, Google, and Amazon. They're all customers of this stock right here, and that's kind of why they've exploded the past 5 years. I'm only up 21% in the past 5 years. This stock is up 2,600%. So I definitely didn't time that one too great, but I'm buying this one close to all-time highs. I don't mind it because of the growth here. I even think there's more room for this company to go up. Again, not financial advice, but look at this revenue right here. Their DDS, Digital Data Solutions revenue, is up 160% from the previous year. I mean, that is what I look for in a company. That is incredible growth. And also, the bottom line here, look at this. They're making net income every quarter. They're a profitable company. The assets are growing. The cash flow is growing as well. So they have no net debt either. So I like InnoData. User said, or one said Pepsi. So, dude, Pepsi unfortunately has been getting hurt recently. Look at that. Pepsi is starting to get to like a good valuation. Let's check out the dividend yield here. So, look at that, a 4.2% dividend yield you get with Pepsi. So, that's a 1% return a quarter just in dividends. They traded at 19 PE. Historically, that's so low. Look at that. That's lower than 2020. So, lowest PE they've ever traded at pretty much. Did they like lose their growth or something? Not, I mean, not really. The revenue's only down 1.8%, and the net income's still very strong, 2 to 3 billion a quarter if you average it out. So actually, I'd like Pepsi. Um, Hi, what are we doing? Yo, what's up, Devish? We're just looking at stocks right here. Yeah, if you got any stocks you want to look at, let me know. Thanks for showing up to the YouTube stream. David said NTNX. Haven't heard of this one before. Let's check it out. Stocks close to an all-time high. So they're a 21. Oh, that's a huge company. $21 billion company. Let's check out the fundamentals here. So they trade at 9 times sales. They sell products. Yeah, look at that. The product revenue is up 18%. Literal record on their product revenue. What about the support? Yeah, the support revenue is up 13% as well, double digits. That's great. Are they profitable? So they are in the two most recent quarters. 50 million, 30 million. So yeah, as long as they can keep that up, I really like the trend of this company. They are a bit leveraged. Look at that, more liabilities than assets. So they print cash though. Geez. Yeah, yeah. As long as they can keep up this net income trend, let me check the expectations. Oh, so they're expected to lose net income next quarter, but they always beat expectations by a huge margin. So maybe they won't lose net income next quarter. I don't know. Either way, I'd like the growth. The product revenue's up 18, the support's up 30. I like that one for the growth. Robert said UI stock. Is this Ubiquity? Yo, Ubiquity. I think I like bought and sold. Oh, look at that one. Look at that. So I sold this one at 115. Well, look at it now. No way. From 115 when I sold it at, look at that timing. I sold it at 115. I mean, obviously right after I bought it, and now it's $400. Yo, I've been watching this company for a long time. I'm shocked. Well, yeah, look at the enterprise technology business. It's up 41% year over year. They absolutely deserve to be at all-time highs. Jeez. What about their service? That's flat year over year, but that's only, 11% of the business. That's incredible growth. And same with the net income. Wow. So they're growing their margins. Revenue's up 34, net income's up 136. So that means their net margin grew 75%. That's crazy. So anyway, I see why that one's at all-time highs. Dang, I shouldn't have sold out of them. Um, Hey mate, what's your thoughts on ASX? This is an Australian company, so I might not be able to find it. NOV. Um, yeah, I don't think I can view it. I do apologize there. Is it, or is it this one right here? Is it called Novati Group? Ooh, hopefully not, because that stock's at an all-time low. We'll number at 11 million. Let me know the name of that one. Maybe I can find it for you. Joby Aviation. What's the ticker symbol for that one? Royal Hero said ASML. Dude, ASML, I love this company. Yo, Crispy said they sell protein powder, shakes, and other things. Oh, let's check out BRBR after this. I got you. And yo, what's up, Mac Hatcher? How's it going, man? Yeah, if you got any stocks you want to look at, yeah, let me know. So here's ASML. They're the chip making manufacturer. They're up 1% after hours from Nvidia. And here's the thing, this company's at a pretty fair valuation, 29 PE. Historically, that's very fair for ASML. I also like their dividend growth. You get a near 1% dividend with this company. And look at this right here. The net income is done great. It's up 92%. So they're easy making 2-3 billion of net income every quarter. I mean, extremely profitable. I love that. Yeah. And that's what's weird. The stock has been so suppressed, like it hasn't recovered like Nvidia has. Yet the fundamentals are so great. I think it's because of their customer concentration. They only have 3 customers. It's like Intel, Samsung, and one other customer. But they got 3 main customers. To ship one of their machines, it takes like 3 Boeing 747s. Anyway, let's keep going here. Rain Metal. What's that one? How does the future? Oh wait, I wanted to look at BRBR. He said this company sells protein powder, shakes, and other things under the name Premier Protein. Okay, let's check it out right here. So hey, the stock's actually done pretty good. I mean, besides the past couple weeks here, they gapped down on earnings. Let's go check out their earnings. Why'd they fall? So yeah, look at that. You're right. They sell shakes and powders. Let's check out the net income. So they're really profitable. Looks like the reason I think they fell is because they lost their margin. So look at that. Their revenue's up 18. The net income's only up 2. So if we go to their net margin actually fell 13% year over year. That might be what spooked investors. for them to gap down, but still they're extremely profitable, making 200 million plus in net income a year. What's the PE on this sucker? 28 times PE. That's very fair. They're probably doing buybacks as well because they don't pay a dividend. So hey, I'll add them to my watch list. This is if you like working out, hey, maybe you could buy some of that stock. Thoughts on ALAB? Yeah, what's up, Mac? ALAB, is that Astera Labs? Yeah, they're on my watch list. I like this company. So they're up 5% after hours. Yo, I need to go find my portable charger. My phone is on 5%. So yeah, let's go check out the business here. So yeah, look at this is why I like Astera Labs. The revenue's up 144%. Oh, here's my portable charger. Yeah, they're up. The revenue's up 144% from the previous year, so that's great news. And they're profitable now. So this company's finally making net income. So people can start taking Astera Labs serious. And this is another great part: this monster balance sheet right here. No debt on this company, like $1 billion of cash. And what's the market cap on this one? 15 billion. So I had like 8% of the company is just cash on hand, but that no debt, it's great. INFY. What's this one? INFY. Yes, Novati. Yo, that one looked really risky. I'll check it out, but they're only worth 15 million. So, whoa, wait, why does it say I've never owned this stock? And well, maybe I guess I did. INFY. Huh. Let's check it out. I guess I owned this one at one point. I don't remember that. So they have a 3.2% dividend yield. So that's actually a nice yield there. The PE is a 24, so they're trading at 24 times PE. Ooh, so the analyst and Morningstar fair value, it's at its fair value right now. It's at its analyst price target. So they're in financial services, manufacturing, retail. So this is like a life sciences. This is a very diversified company, actually. That's pretty cool. And if we go to the net income, they're actually, they're making a lot of money. 800 million plus a net income a quarter. I mean, that's really impressive. Why? I like them, I like how diversified that they are. Let's see. Why is the market up after hours? I think there might have been like a pause on the tariffs or so. I don't really know. I mean, obviously Nvidia reported great earnings, but this was at like 450. If we go to when the Qs are rallying, look at that. The Qs started rallying at 630. Look at that new intraday high right now on the Qs. Congrats if you own any stocks. Go check them out after hours. They're probably up. And look at Apple. Apple's up 3. So look at that rally. I mean, let's go. Looks like we're going to have another green day tomorrow. We've already had a great week. We've had a great month. We're up nearly 10% in a month in here. This is our dividend portfolio right here. Every stock in here pays a dividend. Most of them are like dividend growth companies, though. Anyway, let's keep going here. Can you check out SMR? This is another, what's it called? A nuclear energy play. So yeah, this is a nuclear energy stock. They're at an all-time high right now. Geez, off the new Trump executive order. So this is why the stock has rallied up. Look at that. The quarter before they only did under $1 million of revenue, 400,000 of revenue, 900,000, but look how it's exploded in the 2 most recent quarters, 13 million, 34 million. So they're finally starting to have some real revenues, which is great news, and monster balance sheet as well. They've been issuing some shares to fortify their balance sheet, and it's great. So yeah, SMR, I see why this. They probably are a bit overvalued right now. $10 billion on 100 mil of revenue. So I'd be careful with that. The sound is bad. Yo, is it really bad? Cleveland. Hopefully the sound's not too bad. Let's see here. BOX right here. So Box Inc. Yo, someone said commercials on a live. I don't that shouldn't be possible. Okay, anyway. Box Inc. $5.4 billion market cap. Stocks at a near all-time high. Yeah, they're up 17% today. So they must have reported earnings yesterday. Let's see if we can find them. So looks like they beat on revenue. I mean, I don't know if that's the most recent quarter of earnings because this is fiscal year, but they're profitable. Look at that. They're actually making net income every quarter. Last quarter was a one-time adjustment. That wasn't a real 190 million, but the sales are only up 5%. They're a bit leveraged, but the stock's at an all-time high. So there must have been some great news on the earnings call or something for the stock to go up. I can't see the earnings. Much better. Oh, that's great. His phone battery nearly dead. Yeah, at least it's charging now. All right, great. MMYT, what's this one? This sounds like a risky small cap. So actually, no, $11 billion company. Wow, the stock's done fantastic. Actually, I'm wrong. They went from 28 bucks in 2019 to over $100 now. Nice. So $11 billion company. Let's go check out the fundamentals here. So hotels and packages, air ticketing, bus tickets. How's bus tickets? Whoa, look at that. It's up 31% from the previous year. How about the air tickets? That's up 18 to a new all-time high. So hey, I see why this stock's at all-time highs. The fundamentals are really growing. And they're profitable. Yeah, they're making net income every quarter, 20 plus million. This is a niche, interesting stock. Trip.com, Trip.com Group owns 45% of the company. I'll add them to the watch list just because they're interesting. Huh. Thanks for that one. Appreciate you. Let's keep going here. Pony AI. Um, wait, yeah, let's look at Joby Aviation. Yeah, so here's Joby Aviation. The reason, if you look, this stock is up 28% on the day. It's because Toyota upped their stake in the company. So if you look, Toyota owns 9.95% of the company. Well, they actually just bought more. They're now the largest shareholder. I believe they own 15% of the stock now. So Toyota is going big on Joby Aviation. Here's the thing that I question about this company. If you look right now, they really don't have any revenue. 55,000 in the most recent quarter. I guess they have some contracts and it's obviously going to go up in the future, but revenue's 50,000 and they're losing like 100, 200 million a quarter. So I would be careful with this name, but that stake from Toyota Motors, that's a great sign. Yo, what's up, Wasanator? How's it going, man? Yo, Vincent said, can you check out FUTU? Yo, I'm now a shareholder. If we go to my risk on portfolio right here, one of my most recent purchases, or actually my most recent purchase is ticker symbol FUTU. This is the only Chinese stock that I own. So this is a Chinese company right here, but they're making so much money. They just paid a special $2 dividend because they're making so much money. I mean, look at the EPS right here. It was $13 in the most recent quarter. So they could easily afford to do that $2 special dividend. And just look at the growth. This is the best part. The net income was up 117% year over year. Anyway, I like FUTU. They're a brokerage, so they collect a lot of high margin fees. It's actually this app right here. This app that I'm on, I've been doing all the analysis on. That's that app, publicly traded, FUTU. Pretty interesting. So, yeah, hey, Kicks, he said Novati. So this company, I feel bad if you own this one. We'll look at it. This is an Australian company, so I just wouldn't own it because of, foreign taxes and stuff like that. But this is only an $11 million company, and they're a penny stock. Each share is worth 2 cents each. So yeah, we'll switch the revenue from Australian to US dollars. I don't think there's any hope here, unfortunately. Payments International. Let me see this actually. So the revenue is up. That's good news. They're not losing as much net income anymore. That's also good news. But nothing's really blowing me away here. I mean, the whole company's worth 11 million. Honestly, it might be undervalued though. It might be undervalued. But I just don't know. I got to do some more research on that one. They're Australian. Yo, here's another one. Someone said United Health really quick. Yeah, we won't look at them, but we're down bad on United Health. We're down 23% on them. Are you selling cover calls on UiPath? I'm actually not. So if we look at ticker symbol path right here, yeah, I have 160 shares. I could sell a call on UiPath, but I just choose not to. I don't really do any options right now. We're only up 2% all time in this portfolio. So yeah, we have a lot of losers. I hope AMD has a nice rally after Nvidia earnings, but let's keep going here. Nvidia's up. Yeah, dude, Nvidia's up great. Here, I'll show you that. The whole market is up after hours. I don't believe it. There was some tariff delay. The S&P 500, look at this rally. I mean, this is after Nvidia's earnings, so this is great news. Yeah, Apple's up 3. The Qs are up 1.3. Nvidia's up 4.5, so yeah. And speaking of NVIDIA, someone said APLD. That's one of NVIDIA's holdings. So if you go to NVIDIA's portfolio right here, obviously NVIDIA's largest holding is CoreWeave, but one of their holdings is APLD. Now, this is a very interesting niche company right here. So check this out right here. So APLD, they're a data center hosting play, but also a cloud service provider. And look at this right here. It's seen just some phenomenal growth. It's up 212% from the previous year. So just nice growth on the cloud service. That's like the hidden gem there. I'd still be a little careful. They are losing net income every quarter. They're not profitable, but they have nice growth. So as long as they can keep up that growth rate, I think APLD is cool. And they have a stake from NVIDIA. NVIDIA owns part of them. So that's interesting. Ticker symbol T. Yo, y'all seen AT&T has secretly run up right here. So AT&T cut their dividend. They had the Warner Bros. Discovery spinoff, and yet AT&T stock has done great from that news. So if we go to the dividend right here, yeah, look, they cut their dividend, but the stock reacted positively because it was honestly the right thing to do. So you still get a nice yield, a 4% dividend yield. with AT&T. Yeah, look, they're making that was a one-time adjustment quarter. They're making easy like 4 or 5 billion of net income a quarter. So I, s- what's the PE on this one? 16 PE. They might even be able to go up a little more. So yeah, Vince said NVTS. So yeah, I YOLO'd into APLD 3 months ago. Hey, what's up, G-Lou? So here's Nevada Semiconductor. This company just got saved from Nvidia. They were going to go bankrupt before this partnership. That's why the stock literally went from $1.90 to $6 plus. So they just had a huge partnership with Nvidia. Actually, I can probably pull up that news right here. So yeah, if you kind of just look in the very top, this is why the stock's rallying. Partnership for AI power systems, because before today the fundamentals are terrible here, so that really saved the company. Because look, the revenue fell 39% from the previous year, so revenue down bad, and they're losing a boatload of money. So thank goodness for that NVIDIA partnership. It's probably why they went up so much. Opinions on HDB. Let's check this one out. HDB. So this is a bank right here. Yeah, so let's see. They probably have a nice yield. So let's see. Look, a 1% dividend yield. The payout ratio is only a 20%, so they have room to raise their dividend. So actually, this is a Indian company. That's really interesting. So we'll switch their currency to US dollars just so we could understand it better. So yeah, they're a retail banking, insurance, wholesale banking, treasury service. So let's see. Yeah, this is in US dollars. They're making G's like 2 billion plus in net income a quarter. So yeah, that's interesting. It's like an international, it's a play for the Indian economy too. So yeah, I like that one actually. I'll add them to the watch list. I was up 0.06 today. I was down over 1% on the day, but then the after hours rally is sitting the market up. Um, can you explain why UNH fell? Yeah, United Health Group, they're being investigated for fraud. So United Health Group, 50% of the revenue comes from their Medicare, Medicaid business, whatever. And if they get accused of having fraud, they will get kicked out for 5 years from that program. So think about that. Half the revenue will be gone for 5 years. And that's why the stock, like for a huge company, to go from 600 to 300, lose half their business, like that's tough if that really happens. I do own them though. I do own some United Health. Let's see. Just in, U.S. federal court blocks Trump's Liberation Day tariffs. Yeah, so Chrissy, that's what's sitting the market up in the after hours. Thanks for that. I should pin that comment if I knew how. But that's why the market's going up so much after hours. What's your thoughts on RHM? Yeah, hey Rick, I typed that one in. I can't find that one. RHM. Let me type it in. Rain. I got you. I got you. So this is a European company, I believe. Wow, look at that. Yeah, I see why you like this company. They're up pretty much at an all-time high today. Look at that crazy stock price appreciation, and they just paid a special dividend, so they now have a dividend, which is pretty cool. So they're in vehicle systems, weapons, and power systems. So yeah, very diversified company, like a defense. They're in electronic solutions. So they're profitable now. Wow, they made so much net income last quarter. So they might be a little overvalued, but I mean, I can see why the stock's at an all-time high. They're not an American company, but congrats if you own them. You got to be up. Let's see. Let's see. Luffy said ABT. Is that Abbott Labs? Abbott Laboratories. So this used to be owned by AbbVie, I believe. They spun off from them a long time ago, or they spun off AbbVie the other way around, actually. $220 billion company, huge market cap. I mean, so say they sell medical devices, nutritionals, diagnostics, so like a healthcare business. And look at this net income. Wait, yeah, so they're making 1 to 2 billion of net income a quarter. I do like that about Abbott. The sales are only up 3% year over year, so they're seeing some slower growth, but still they're making so much net income, and you get a dividend, near 2% dividend with that company, and it's had some nice stock price appreciation. So yeah, that's a healthcare one, medical devices. Uh, please look at BTM. What's up, Malachi? Said BTM. So is this what is this? Bitcoin Depot. So not Home Depot, but Bitcoin Depot. So let's see how they're doing. So they've had a nice rally the past couple of days here. They're only a $230 million company, very small market cap. So Bitcoin ATM kiosks. Okay, so that's actually pretty interesting, actually. So they actually sell whoa, hold on. And they're profitable. Look at that. Is that real? Yep, that's real net income. So they're really profitable. That's probably why the stock rallied on this great earnings. They're leveraged, though. They have more liabilities and assets they didn't used to. They're interesting. Looks like they're Bitcoin ATM. So I guess if people want to withdraw their Bitcoin for cash, they can do that. What is a long-term thesis on Enphase Energies? Yo, free I am down bad on Enphase Energy right now. So we're down 35% on them. I've owned this one for a long time. Like if you look down here, I actually sold all my shares at 194 and then I bought back in at $60. And well, here it is at $38. So yeah, we're down bad on Enphase Energy. And Trump just like rolled back his solar tax credits. There's like no longer solar tax credits, and the stock got hit hard. I mean, they even lost net income. The margins are starting to come back, but yeah, look at that. The net income went negative. So we're starting to see some net income come back, but the future of solar doesn't just look too great right now. The risk reward is probably pretty decent on Enphase, but you don't want to have a huge chunk of your portfolio in them because they're just so risky. And I have a lot of risky stocks like that. Like I got Robinhood, SoFi, Super Micro. You want to have them as small positions and just let them grow. And if they don't do good, then you're only it was a small position anyway. I buy my tools and home and garden supplies at Bitcoin Depot. Or wait, actually, if we look at Home Depot stock, that's funny, Jeff. Home Depot stock, I actually like them as a dividend growth company. Look at that. You get a 2.5% yield. That's a very high yield. Yeah, Catherine, that was Bitcoin Depot, ticker symbol BTM. But yeah, 2.5% dividend yield on this company. Primary segment, yeah. So if we go to the net income right here, they're making 3 to 4 billion in net income a quarter. We all know Home Depot. Um, let's see. Edgar said FLL, please. What's up, Edgar? How's it going, man? So Full House Resorts. So this is like another probably hotel kind of company. Yeah, they're the same prices they were back in 2019. I wonder why the stock has fallen so much recently. Look at that. That's not great. Let's see if we can find out why. So so they're just losing money every quarter. That's not great. Look at that. They're losing like 10 million of net income a quarter. Yeah, you really need to get profitable, and they have a highly leveraged balance sheet. They probably have a lot of negative interest debt payments. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Low margin business for them, even negative margins. So I can see why that one's not doing too good. You want to see them finally get profitable. Um, GME, they just bought some Bitcoin. So yeah, GameStop, this is a memed company. You're only buying them for their cash slash Bitcoin on hand. So obviously you're not buying GameStop because of the fundamentals, because the revenue's down 28% after being down 20% from the previous year. So GameStop has lost all growth. Terrible company. But what you do get is $5 billion of cash on hand. So look at that. They have no debt. GameStop is a debt-free company with $5 billion of cash, and they just spent a lot of their cash on Bitcoin. So a lot of the Bitcoin uh, community is like liking GameStop again. I don't know. I just be careful with that one. But they have a huge net cash position from issuing shares. Yo, Odyssey, how's it going, dude? Good to see you, man. Been doing good. Yo, I've been doing great, especially after today's little after hours rally. Yeah, look at this right here. If we go to the Qs, look at that rally. New intraday high, pretty much up 1.8% in the after hours market. Let's see. Shay said United Healthcare. Yeah, United Healthcare, that's our biggest loser. That's the only stock we're down on in here. We're down 23% on our United Healthcare. But I'll be quick about United Health. They're obviously insurance provider, and they're trading at 12 times PE. Very low valuation. You get a high yield, a 2.82% dividend yield. So that's actually very impressive, the 2.8% dividend yield. But we used their OptumRx business, and the OptumRx business is up 14% from the previous year. But the reason the stock is down so much is because the future is so uncertain. Their revenue is probably just gonna their margins are gonna fall in the future. So the future is just uncertain for them. Check out Spotify. Yeah, y'all heard of Spotify? I should have been buying their stock instead of paying for their subscription every month. Because look at Spotify, literal all-time high. Same with like Netflix, Spotify, Life 360, Duolingo. All these apps I use, I should be buying their stocks instead of their subscription. But anyway, this company's at an all-time high. It's tough to buy Spotify at all-time highs. Let's see their monthly active users. They got ad-supported monthly active users, 423 million. Premium, let's see, their premium revenue, 90% of their business. It's up 16% year over year. That's great double-digit growth. So 16% growth on premium. Ad-supported revenues up 7% year over year. So if you go to the net income, yeah, dude, geez, Spotify's making, 300 million in net income a quarter, and it's growing. So that's really interesting. Wordo only spent 500 mil on Bitcoin. Say if okay, Wordo, that's what's up, dude. Hey, Ulysses, dude, no way. No way, man. Thanks for the 25 gifted roses. I really appreciate you, man. If you got another stock you want me to look at, let me know. I'll check it out for you. I got you. Someone said thoughts on LUNR. Yeah, we're taking off, Ulysses. Yes, sir. And here's LUNR. This is we're taking off to the moon because Lunar is a company that sends rovers to the moon. So they've sent like 2 or 3 rovers to the moon so far. Their first mission, they sent a rover to the moon. It tipped over, didn't collect any data. Stock went from 13 all the way down to 3. Then they got more government contracts. Stock went up to, $24. And now it's kind of just it's an all right company. I mean, the net income's really choppy. Good news, they only lost $1 million in the most recent quarter because last quarter they've been losing a lot of money, like 100 million, 80 million. So in this, the sales are down 15% year over year. They have a great balance sheet though from issuing shares and stuff. But Lunar, I don't know about that one for the future. Um, Oh, SPRO. Oh, yo, someone else said Spotify. Let's check this one out. SPRO. So Sero Therapeutics. Look at that. They're up 244% on the day. They must have gotten some kind of FDA approval or something. Let's go check out the numbers here. Or here's the news. I can click on the news tab. Phase 3 study met its endpoint. Oh, so that's great news. Let's see here. So yeah, the revenue in the most recent quarter is only 5 million. So yo, Chris, thank you so much, man, for the 25 TikToks. Yo, we'll check out FNMA after this. I got you, dude. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. So anyway, here's SPRO. Obviously, the main news here is that they finally can sell another new product for a lot of money. So the future is going to be bright with them selling their new prescription. Why is everything booming after hours? Yo, what's up, Nezzy? Yeah, the market's up after hours because the courts just like told Trump he can't do his next inauguration day for tariffs. I don't know, something like that. So tariffs are going to be paused is pretty much the news there. Yeah, Odyssey. Yeah, tariffs are going to be blocked. The market's loving this. Someone said TTWO. So yeah, Kaz, this is Take-Two. This is the company that owns Rockstar Games. So they own GTA 5, they own GTA 6, and that's about to be released. That's why the stock has ran up so much, pretty much at all-time highs, because they have this game, GTA 6, and as soon as they release it, it's just instantly going to bring them billions. Like the quarter they release it, they're probably going to make $3 billion that quarter instantly. So there's so much growth, future growth that's going to come from this new game, and that's kind of why the stock has gone up so much. GTA 6 will literally be one of the biggest games of all time. Yo, Chris, yeah, my bad. Let's check out FNMA. Thanks again, Chris. I really appreciate you. FNMA. And yeah, Odyssey, dude, Odyssey, no way. The 10 lightning bolts. I really appreciate you, man. Let me know if you got a stock you want me to look at, Odyssey. So here's FNMA. Look at them. They've actually done great the past couple weeks here. Wow, look at that. They went from $1 just 6 months or 9 months ago. They were $1, and now they're $11 or $10. So that's great news. I wonder what they do. So single family, multifamily. So they must own homes, um, and collect rent like that. So they are profitable. Is this in US dollar? Whoa, 3.6 billion of net income in the most recent quarter. That's incredible. So yeah, they're making a lot of. I mean, it is down 15% from the previous year, but still, that's a lot of net income. They don't pay a dividend, huh? So the stock's done great though. The stock's at 10x since 9 months ago. So hey, congrats. I wish I could give you more thoughts on that one. I apologize, Chris. If you got another one you want me to look at, let me know. Um, isn't wait, it isn't Fannie Mae. Wait, FNMA. I don't. Let me know what stock you're talking about. Maybe I was looking at the wrong one. I'm not too sure there. Um, let's see. What's up, Geo? What is Fannie? Let me type that one in. Maybe I could find it for you. I can't find that one. Are you talking about Freddie Mac? Maybe. I don't know. I can't find that one. I apologize. If you got another stock you want me to look at, let me know. TDOC. So this is Teladoc right here. Yo, Teladoc. This is the Kathy Wood stock. I feel bad if you own this one. They own BetterHelp. And that business is just falling off a cliff. Or yeah, look at this right here. Yeah, 38% of the revenue comes from BetterHelp. And look, it's just lost all growth. It's down 10% from the previous year. So that's not great. Yeah, hey, Edgar, if you go to the link tree in my bio, the fourth link there, all the apps I'm using are linked there. Their brokerages. But anyway, yeah, for Teladoc, they just lost their growth. The sales are down 3% and they're losing a lot of money. Like, look at that. They lost 800 million that one quarter. And back here, they lost 6 billion. I remember this. They had a negative EPS of like $30. If I can find it. Yeah, look at that. I didn't believe it. When they reported earnings this day on 2022 Q1, I watched their earnings and I didn't believe it. It said negative $41 of EPS. That can't be real. Anyway, If GTA 6 below expectations, will stock go down? Probably. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, they spent over like 2 billion. Um, yeah. Hey. Dang it. You know what? Let me pull it. I got you. Hold on. Let me find it. Yeah. Hey. Here you go. Hopefully that works. So let's keep going here. Someone said Neo. Oh, we could look at NEE. So here's Neo. I feel bad if you own this company. This is like the Chinese Tesla. They make electric cars just like Tesla. But if you're wondering why is Neo at all-time lows, well, look in the top right. This whole company is worth 8.24 billion. That's what the market cap means. So the whole company is worth 8.2 billion. And look at them just in the most recent quarter. This is what's scary. They lost $1 billion. So they lost literally 1/8 of their whole entire market cap just in the most recent quarter. So that's why the stock just keeps on going lower, 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 while the market keeps on going higher and higher, higher. It's the fundamentals are terrible here. And that's why I like to heavily so much look at the fundamentals and the financials because it explains why the stock either does good or bad. Like that's why the stock is at an all-time low and like other companies like Dave is at all-time highs. I mean, the fundamentals are just improving. So anyway, let's keep. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at NEE. So this is Next Era Energy. If you live in Florida, there's a high chance your utility bill is through NextEra Energy. They own Florida Power and Light, which is pretty much owns the whole state of Florida for utilities. And let me actually check out the net income. They had a one-time adjustment. They actually made 2.2 billion, but they're making 1 to 2 billion of net income a quarter every quarter. They're a regulated utility. The government a lot like literally gives them more money, like gives them pay raises. But anyway, a 3.2% dividend yield on this company. Great utility, great dividend. You know, they're trading at 25 PE too. So pretty fair valuation on NextEra Energy. It's a yeah, the utility index like VPU, for example, if you look at just all utilities, utilities on average just return you 7% a year. So you're just looking for safe utility, but check out VPU. You should just get 7% a year and a nice dividend as well. Yeah, 2.9% dividend on top of the stock price appreciation. Anyway, let's keep going here. I love your thoughts on RCAT. What's this one? RCAT. What's up, Wasanator? How's it going, man? So, Red Cat Holdings. So, oh yeah, I remember this company. I believe they make drones. So they make drones, I believe, but they just don't sell much. Like if you look at the revenue, yeah, look at that. The revenue is only $1 million in the most recent quarter. So realistically, this company has like no revenue. And dang, they lost 13 million. Dang, their balance sheet just got super leveraged. Well, how'd their debt go up so much? I'm not sure. Probably from these net income losses. So yeah, I mean the stock's done pretty decent though, but you know nothing's really blowing me away that I really want to own them because I get like the sales were just 1 million. I want to see that go higher. Um, let's see, utilities are gonna go well for the next. Yeah, I agree, Atomic Joe. I also think like the nuclear space is gonna do great. Uh, let's see, opinion on Rocket Lab. So yeah, RKLB. This is the company that sends rockets into space. They also just acquired a company. Actually, if I go to the news tab here, I bet I can find it because this was like yesterday. Um, yeah, so here's if you kind of look at the top here, Rocket Lab surges on Geost acquisition. So this company just acquired another company and they're already a high growth. Like look at their space systems revenue. It's already up 44% year over year. Now with this new acquisition, it's just going to supercharge their growth. So that's the great news there. Nice space systems revenue growth. I know they have like a $1 billion backlog of orders, but they still lose money every quarter, but that's all right as long as they keep up that growth. And that new inorganic acquisition is going to supercharge their growth. So hey, NNE, NNE, nano nuclear. So yeah, nano nuclear, another nuclear momentum stock right here. I believe this company doesn't have any revenue yet. Let me just double check that. So yeah, if you go to revenue right here, they're a startup. They want to make those mini nuclear reactors. So the revenue's zero right now, so they don't sell anything, no product or service, and they're losing money every quarter. But good balance sheet from issuing shares. So this is really just your nuclear momentum stock. They don't have any reactors up and running right now. They don't sell anything right now, but yeah. Can you check out XIA? This is like probably a Chinese company. So this is Xiaomi. So the stock's yeah, all-time high pretty much. This is a Chinese company and the stock has done great. Let's see what they sell. So they sell smartphones. How's their smartphone sales going? So they're maybe like the Chinese Apple. Smartphone sales are down 13. Internet of Things is up 12. Internet service. So where does the revenue come from? So yeah, look at that. 60% of the revenue comes from China. So let's just go look at the net income right here. Go, oh, that's probably why the stock just that was real. Wow. They really made 11 billion of net income in the most recent. Oh, that's in Chinese dollar. Let's switch it to US dollar. So yeah, they made 1.5 billion in US net income. So that's actually I see why the stock has rallied up so much. That's incredible net income growth. Must be some margin expansions over there. Atomic Joe said QS. Is this QuantumScape? So yeah, QuantumScape, there's some good and bad news about this company. If you're wondering why is this stock like done nothing for years and is at like an all-time low, it's because they don't sell anything still. I mean, I can't believe it. I've been watching this company for like 2, 3 years. I remember hearing about it. They still haven't sold anything. If we go to the revenue, it says zero. They literally have never sold anything, not a product or a service. And on top of that, on top of having no sales, they lose $100 million plus of net income a quarter. So that's why this stock is at like an all-time low. I just really want to see them finally start to sell something. So I'm being careful with Quantum. Thanks for the info on Neo. Yo, what's up? Yeah, no problem, man. So here, yo, someone Jeff said Macy's. Yo, this is that mall stock. These won't outperform the market in the long run. Have y'all heard of Macy's? Like the mall, they're the same prices they were back in 2003. So they've done nothing. They have a dividend. Look at that, 5.8% dividend yield, 33% payout ratio. So this is why Macy's might maybe be a buy because they're making net income every quarter. They're not losing money like a lot of other mall stocks, like a Kohl's, they're losing money, but Macy's is still making net income every quarter. They still have a lot of debt payments, but they're okay. They're just okay. So for quantum stocks, someone said, "What about the quantum computing?" Yo, good night from Greece. Yo, have a great night, Catherine. Thanks for being here. Yeah, go check your portfolio. It must be doing great after hours. Yeah, have a good night. Um, Wait, I wanted to go to quantum. So yeah, the quantum stocks, my main favorite quantum play is just Google. They have the money and the talent to be the industry leader. Same with IBM. But then there's some of the smaller names with small market caps like a QBTS, a D-Wave Quantum, QUBT, ARQ. So these are some of the riskier. Yeah, we can kind of see the performance of the quantum stocks versus the S&P. Wow, look at that. This watch list is up 47%. S&P's down one. Anyway, the quantum stocks have just seen a lot of momentum right now. Um, let's see. Whirlpool. Yo, this is like they sell like washing machines and stuff. So Whirlpool, I think they're gonna get hurt by the tariffs because I think their stuffs are like made in Mexico. But wow, huge yield here, a 9% dividend on this company. They can't afford it. The payout ratio is negative. Yeah, if we go to the net income, yeah, so look at that. That's my only trouble with this company right here. They're making money, then losing money. It's just really choppy here. So they're not consistently making net income. If you average out the 4 quarters, I think they are still turning a profit, but still, I don't like that inconsistency. They might have to cut their dividend. I don't know. Oh yeah, hey, if you go to the what's up, Robert? It's called Moo. Macy's is closing their low revenue stores. Oh, that's probably a smart move there. What's up, Muiz? Probably saying your name wrong there, but what's up, Muiz? Why did the markets go crazy today? Or the markets the markets went crazy down today, and then we got the court saying that they're gonna block Trump's tariff inauguration day. So look at that. Initially, we were down 0.44% on the day, and then we're now up 1.7% in the overnight market. So yeah, stocks are doing great. Yeah, especially Apple, like all the heavily tariff affected stocks are going up like Apple. You know what? Let's look at Apple real quick. I saw them earlier and I never got to it. So here's Apple right here. This is the third largest company in the world. I think Nvidia and Microsoft are both bigger than Apple. Geez, I don't want to load here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, here's why Apple loves this news, because if you look at where Apple's revenue comes from, did you know just only 36% of Apple's revenue comes from the US? Then 25% EU, then China, and all the other countries. So this is great news. And look at this, the iPhone's half their business, and they have the services revenue. Whenever you buy something in the App Store, Apple takes a 30% fee on that high margin fee, the services revenue. Then they have the Mac, the wearables, like the AirPods and stuff. So yeah, glad to see you again, Doc. Hey, what's up, Jesse? Good to see you, man. Yeah. Um, Why does your look different than my? I'm not sure, Devish. I have a tutorial on how to. If you go to my YouTube channel, or hey, you're on the YouTube live. If you go to I've made so many tutorials on how to use this app and how to properly configure it. If you check on my YouTube page, oh yo, my cash sweep just updated. Yeah, look at that. If we look in the middle of my screen, I got 1,200 of cash, ready to buy the dip, and it's earning interest. Let's go. Because it's a little tough to buy stocks right now. The market's just done so great. Although I did just buy a huge chunk of ticker symbol COKE, Coca-Cola Consolidated, my newest purchase. But why not Microsoft or Quantum? Hey, Microsoft's another great quantum name. I just know Google, I think, has more progress, but they're both going to be winners. I love AG First Majestic. First Majestic Silver. So this is a Canadian company, dang. So yeah, the stock has not done too good because of the price of silver. I know gold has done great, but silver's kind of been left in the dust a little bit. So they're the same price as they were in 2017. Let's check out this though. So these are their mines, I'm guessing. So let's see how this one's doing. Or we can't see how it's doing. Oh well, let's check out the revenue down here. So the revenue did just explode. It's up 130%. That's great news. Maybe from the gold, maybe from silver. And look at this right here. They usually lose net income every quarter, but they made net income in the most recent quarter. So I'd be careful with AG. It mainly just relies on the commodity of silver, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure. Um, yeah, what's up, Jesse? Good to see you. Do you ever review ETFs? Yeah, if you got an ETF, what's up, Samuel? SEHD is a nice one. My Amiri trade account got took 300K L today. Yo, make money. Dang, man. Good to see you though. What's up, dude? I don't ever swing trade. Now I'm just missing out on I'm missing out on 1,000% option contracts. So I don't even mess with options really. I just like buying and holding great quality companies. And a lot of my biggest regrets are actually, first you got to find the high quality company, but then it's selling the high quality company. Like I regret I sold 50 shares of Robinhood at 36, and Robinhood today is like $60, I believe. Yeah, $65. So yeah, I was up 180%. I couldn't resist the 180% gain, and now it's up 380. And we have some other stocks like that. And we have some losers in here, of course, too, like UiPath, AMD, Zoom. Hey, what up? It's Will. Good to see you. Let's see. Um, which screener? I'm not sure what I was talking about. Um, What do you think about Nvidia? Yeah, what's up, Mick? Nvidia just reported earnings today. I'll go over. I don't have Nvidia's most recent earnings report because they literally. Oh, I do actually. Okay, wait. So they missed on EPS, but it was a one-time adjustment from their H20 tariff thing. So they actually made more EPS than this if you adjust it. But yeah, that was the earnings report. They made 76 of EPS. They missed, but the stock is up after hours anyway. Huge GPU market share, 18% PC GPU market share. Automotive revenues at an all-time high pretty much. They print net income, 22 billion just in the most recent quarter. I mean, now that's impressive. So and they just made another 20 billion this quarter. Should we buy the dip on Tempest AI? Yeah, so Nancy Pelosi just bought this one right here. Yo, we'll check out PBR. Yeah, and we'll look at AN. We'll look at these stocks right here. Yeah, what's up? It's Will. So here's Tempest AI. Great company, actually. Dang, wait, they were down 19% today? So they fell 19%, but they were up 3.5 after hours. So yeah, look at they're a niche company. They're in the genomics business. And look at this. It's up 89% from the previous year. So that's really impressive growth. The genomics is up 88%. When you look at the data and services, that's also up 43%. So both of their main segments of business are growing like crazy. They're still losing net income, but not as much as before. Like they only lost 68 million in the most recent quarter. So I like them. So let's look at PBR. I'm not sure what this company is. So so this is a South American company, obviously, probably in Brazil. So they just sell oil and gas. And they've done great though since 2019, but the oil stocks don't really outperform in the long run. Yeah, look at this huge yield. So with the oil stocks, you get the crazy yields, 20% dividend. I wonder if they can really afford that. The payout ratio said it was 200% payout ratio. Um, Maybe it's unsustainable. I don't know. I'd have to do some more research. Because yeah, look at that. The net income's a little choppy. Like they made 6 billion this quarter. They lost 2 billion last quarter. But overall, they're printing easy 2 billion of net income every quarter, even when you average it out. So very profitable oil and gas stock. What made everything go up? Yo, the courts just blocked Trump's inauguration day. Something like that. Let's look ANNRY. This is I can't find that one. Devosh, I do apologize. It's probably a foreign stock. I might not be able to have it on my exchange. They shot up Heka. Um, what do you think of? Liam said NVTS. Yeah, I'll be quick about this one. Nvidia Semiconductor just partnered with Nvidia. That's why the stock literally went from $2 to $6. They partnered with Nvidia because before this they were going to go bankrupt. The stock was at an all-time low, but then a partnership with Nvidia saved them. So that's great news. I think Nvidia will skyrocket by October. Hey, they're rocketing today. So Muis says ticker symbol ARK. Do you mean ARKK? I think you probably mean ARKK. So Ark Invest, I think they have Ark Invest. So this is Kathy Wood's ETF. It's underperformed like crazy. It's basically the same price that it was. Here's why Kathy Wood was so impressive of a person. Her main ETF that crushed the S&P 500 for the time. It literally went from 50 to 150, 3x basically. So that's why they did. But then now they're falling like crazy. So if we look right here at their main holdings, it's Tesla, Coinbase, Roblox, Roku, Tempest AI. Look at that. That's 6% of her portfolio now. She has Palantir, Robinhood, Shopify, CRISPR Therapeutics. That one's not done too good. That's the gene splitting company. Not doing any revenue yet. But anyway, that's the ETF right there. Let's see. Pepsi. Yeah, dude. Pepsi. Look at Coca-Cola stock first. This is what's so weird. Coca-Cola is at pretty much an all-time high. And then if we look at their main competitor, Pepsi, look at them on the weekly. They've seen a huge stock price decline. And Golf John, I didn't even see that. Thanks so much for the rose, man. I appreciate you, John. So here's Pepsi. I like this one as a dividend play. You now get a 4.2% dividend with Pepsi. I mean, that's incredible. 4.2% dividend, 19 PE. Historically, that's very fair, if not cheap for Pepsi. That's lower than it was in 2020. And they haven't really lost their growth. Maybe it's expected to go down in the future, but sales are down 1%. The net income did fall 10%, so they did lose their margins. Actually, yeah, their margins fell 8.5%, so that's not great. I know they had a lot of pricing power back in 2022 and 1 with all the inflation, but I wonder why they're not doing as good as Coca-Cola. I do wonder. How about AGRO? What's this one? AGRO. Adeco Agro. Huh. Very small company, $950 million company. Dang, look at that stock price. It's like up, down, up, down. So let's see here. They are trading at 15 PE, so they just sell a commodity, literal commodities. Look at this. Sugar, ethanol, dairy, rice. How's their rice doing? Hey, it's not too terrible, actually. How about their dairy products? Yeah, hey, probably their eggs, their milk is probably doing great right now. I know egg prices are through the roof. And, so this might be why the stock is kind of flat on the year. I mean, this net income has been nowhere. I mean, the net income's down bad from last year. But this is a nice commodity play. I'll add them to my watch list, actually. Whenever there's a lot of inflation, the prices of, the commodity stocks, you won't outperform in the long run. The stock has been flat since 2011. It's lower than it was in 2011. So, you got to be careful with the commodities. Same with like oil. But I think they have a nice dividend. What's up, Geo Drake? How's it going? Yo, Kadu, welcome back. Yeah, I hope we permanently stay back here. Yeah, hey, if y'all want to support me, by the way, the main way to support me, the only way is just please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok, so my YouTube channel is in the link tree in my bio. It's the first link. It's called Nathan Robert. Go leave a comment. Say you came from the TikTok live. I'd appreciate that. So let's keep going here. What up? Rig said TTWO and Joby. Let's look at Take-Two, because this is the company that owns Rockstar Games. So yeah, GTA 6 is about to be released. And that's why the stock ran up so much. It's anticipated those earnings, because whenever they release that game, GTA 6, it's literally going to bring them instant billions of revenue. So there's a lot of future growth to be had at Take-Two, and it's kind of pre-pricing in that growth. So Take-Two, I like them actually. But I want to see what happens whenever they release the game, because that's just going to bring so much revenue and profit for them. So here's PayPal. PayPal, they collect a lot of I've paid probably thousands in transaction fees, just high margin transaction fees to PayPal. So, I do like this company. We can see their the valuation's a 16, dog cheap valuation on PayPal. Like they're trading it like a commodity where they're not going to gain or lose any value, which is weird. And if we go to the net income right here, it's up 44%, 1.3 billion of net income. It was a great quarter. The sales were up 1%, but the net income was up 40%, so they actually grew their margins. Is that a record margin? 16.5% margin. It hasn't been that high in a while. So that's good news. I know the free cash flow is great. Yeah, the free cash flow fell, but they're making 1 to 2 billion of free cash flow. I think Nancy Pelosi also took a stake into PayPal. Yo, did you see Maine doing incredible? Yeah, dude, K-Dude. I bought more Main Street Capital today. So yeah, here if we go to my Roth IRA right here, a Roth IRA is just a tax-free retirement account. I own a lot of high-yielding dividend stocks that pay non-qualified dividends in my Roth IRA because it's tax-free. So yeah, we have BRX, Brixmore, and I just bought literally today. I'll scroll down to the bottom and show you. Yeah, we bought 6 shares of Main Street Capital today. And they pay a monthly dividend. That's why a lot of people like Main Street Capital. They pay you a monthly 6% dividend, and it has some decent stock price appreciation. So anyway, let's keep going. Snapchat stock, yo, no way. I haven't looked at this company in a long time. So here's Snapchat. This stock, dang, yeah, dude, the CEO made billions and then quit. And anyway, the stock is down from its IPO price pretty much in 2018. Let's look at the fundamentals here, though. Active users, let's see. So they have 460 million daily active users. So that's actually really impressive. Let's check out the net income. So revenue's up 14, but the net income is trending a lot better. Like this company, here's why no one could ever buy them. I mean, they were losing like 400 million of net income a quarter. It's getting better. Now they only lost 140 million of net income. They actually made net income last quarter, which was great. Um, Tencent is the largest shareholder. That's I didn't know that actually. They own 15% of the company. Anyway, Snapchat there. The risk reward might be decent on them. I don't know, but we want to see them keep on trending toward profitability. U.S. Court of Trade has blocked Liberation Day tariffs. The Fed Gov can appeal it, but how long will that take? Yeah, hey, that's why the market's doing great. Yeah, thanks for that healing. Yeah, dude, the market is doing great after hours because especially these tariff suppressed names like an Apple, no tariffs on them is going to really help them out. And look at the Qs, man. New intraday high right now, overnight rally. Like the market closed down 0.5% and now it's up 1.7. Crazy rally on that. So expect a green day tomorrow. Yeah, if you got any stocks, expect it to be green tomorrow probably. Nintendo Nintendo they are a publicly traded stock. They're a Japanese company, but you can still buy them. Incredible company right here. I wish they would go a little lower though. They just released their Switch 2. I mean, they're robbing people with these prices, like $80 for a game, and you don't even get the cartridge. So, their annual playing users have gone up though. They have 123 million annual playing users. The net income is about to explode. Like right now, they're making 700 million to a billion a quarter. But whenever they release the Switch 2, I think the Switch 2 is already out. Or they came out in the past 3 months or so. It's supposed to bring a lot more revenue. So anyway, that's interesting. Let's look at BLOK block. What's this one? Amplified Traditional Data Sharing ETF. Okay, so this is an ETF right here. So basically just a basket of stocks. Let's check out their top holdings. Top holdings is Meta Planet. Whoa. Whoa. Let's check this stock out. It just exploded. This is a Japanese company, I believe, as well. They've just Meta Planet, whatever that is. Robinhood, what are these stocks right here? I've never even heard of these. Galaxy Digital just IPO'd, Coinbase, MicroStrategy, Core Z, okay, that's an interesting ETF. It's done great. They're at like an all-time high. Yeah, it's gonna absolutely rock it. I'm gonna hit the pre-market bigly tomorrow. Hey, that's what's up. I just picked up a bunch more after hours for a bunch more hours for the summer just to pile it into SEHD. Yo, that's awesome, K-Dude. Your future self is gonna thank you. Oh yeah, we can look at CoreWeave as well. Yo, CoreWeave is NVIDIA's largest holding. So if we go to NVIDIA's portfolio, because NVIDIA owns some individual stocks, they're that big. Where's the watch list? It's right here. So NVIDIA's portfolio, their largest holding is CoreWeave. I believe they own like 7 or 8% of CoreWeave, and they bought all their CoreWeave shares at $40. Under $40 a share is when NVIDIA bought their stake. So they're up like 3x on their position. So they just literally IPO'd, so there's not too much history behind them, but we can see the revenue. Like it's literally $1 billion in the most recent quarter, up 420% from the previous year. So that's incredible growth. So I want to see that continue. They 10x the business. Well, that's nuts. Yeah. Do you think it's gonna go much higher than pre-market tomorrow? iNod is doing great pre-market. Yeah, dude. The overnight market is doing great. Actually, here I'll show you that real quick. Let me check out InnoData. I got I got 9 shares of InnoData up 22. Yeah, here's my main account. We're barely green on the day now thanks to the after hours market. Here's us year to date too. We're up 3.6% year to date now. Yo, here's my total percent chance on every stock. So we're up on every stock. Yo, Kato, you seen CEG? Yo, CEG just keeps on going up. They're up 41% in a month. United Health is of course still our huge loser. We're down 22% on United Health. So yeah, again, don't listen to me. This ain't financial advice. I'm just on here giving my opinion. Pony AI. Yeah, what's the ticker symbol for that one? Let me just type it in. Pony hey, it's ticker symbol Pony. Hey. So they also just IPO'd recently. There's only 2 quarters of earnings, and their lockups are about to expire. So let's see. Virtual driver operation engineering solution. Seems like a niche company. Yeah, so they don't have too much revenue. 13 million. Oopsie. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Yeah, 13 million in the most recent quarter. Great balance sheet though, like a billion of cash and no debt. So I need to see more history for this company. There's right now just not that much history behind the company, but they seem interesting. CEG just keeps rising. I wouldn't have bought it for any. Hey, yo, I'm glad, K-Dude. Why is United falling? Oh, dude, they're so United Health is in so much heat right now. There's a chance that half the revenue could go away for 5 years. They could get kicked out of Medicare, Medicaid for 5 years, and that's why the stock has fallen so much. They could. Any new stocks you're looking into? Yo, what's up, Devin? Yeah, or I bought a new stock to yesterday actually. Ticker symbol COKE, Coca-Cola Consolidated. This is the bottling company. They bottle also for Dr. Pepper and Monster in the U.S. So let's see. Opinion on the outlook of uranium. So check out URA. Ticker symbol URA is the global uranium ETF. Uranium's at like an all-time high, and uranium is what powers nuclear energy reactors. And Trump is loving nuclear energy. He just signed an executive order to speed up nuclear energy reactors to get them on the grid faster, and Constellation Energy is going to be a huge beneficiary of that. You know, with the 3 Mile Island restart, they're up 41% a month. So anyway, basically, uranium's going to be in more demand from all the new nuclear reactors. And the largest holding, Cameco, great uranium stock right there. They're a Canadian. They're a Canadian uranium company. That sounds weird to say, Canadian uranium. But yeah, if we look right here, half the revenue pretty much comes from uranium. They're a Canadian company. We're starting to buy Canadian uranium, and we're not buying any more Russian and Chinese uranium. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, United is in a lot of heat. Irizo. Uh, XIV7. Yeah, if you go to the link tree in bio, fourth or fifth link there, I have all the apps linked there. What are your thoughts on QS? Yeah, we already look. I would be careful with QS. This company is just revenueless. I've been watching this company for 3 years, and they still have not sold anything. If we go right here, I think there might be a lithium play. I don't remember exactly. But if we go to the revenue, it says no data because they literally have never sold a product or a service. And if we go to the net income, they lose 100 million of net income a quarter. So not great. So that's why the stock is pretty much at an all-time low. Coke just went through a split, so there's even exactly. I bought them on the stock split. This before today, this used to be $1,000 a share. Then they did the 10-for-1 stock split. So you're right. I didn't even think about it all the time. MU. Oh yeah, let's look at MU right here. So MU, this is Micron Technology right here. They're like an AMD Nvidia competitor. Let's see right here. So yeah, their compute and networking business, this is what is so impressive. It's up 108%. So it's literally doubled from the previous year. Great growth. SBU business is up 53%. So MU has just seen some nice growth, and it also to their bottom line. They're making easy, $1 billion a quarter now. And if we zoom out to last year, look, they used to lose net income every quarter. They've really turned around the fundamentals. They also have a nice yield, 0.5% dividend. Payout ratio is really low. So yeah, MU's interesting. Well, Joby go up. I just got, yeah. So I honestly, we just looked at Joby a minute ago, Rig. So I'll be quick with this one. I actually don't like this company, and I feel like I don't like bagging on anyone's stock here, but I'll give you my honest thoughts here. The stock is up 28% today because Toyota just increased their stake. So if you look, Toyota is the second largest shareholder. Toyota Motors owns 10% of the company. Well, now Toyota Motors owns 15%. They just bought another 5% of the entire company, and that's why the stock went up so much. But here's what I don't like about Joby and why I'm staying away. I could buy them, but I wouldn't put a lot of money into them. Like, look at this. The revenue is only 55,000 in the most recent quarter. That's nothing. I mean, 55,000 of revenue, and they're losing, like 100 million a quarter. So obviously, the growth is expected to probably be there in the future, but I'm not seeing that in the next couple of quarters from the analyst. Next quarter, they're expecting 49,000 of revenue, then 150,000. So I just don't know too much about that company. So I apologize there. ASTS. This is another space stock right here. So this is ASTS Space Mobile. And yeah, they had an incredible rally with RKLB. Don't think this one does much revenue either. So yeah, look at this. This is another one I'd probably stay away from because look, the revenue is 700,000 and they lose 60, 50 million a quarter. Yeah, I would rather buy an RKLB, a Rocket Lab. So they're not terrible. I know this is a momentum stock right now. You don't really look at the financials; it's just a momentum play right now. But um, I'd be careful with that one. So it's like a buy and hold stock forever. So here's a great company. Oh, it's Costco. Yeah. And look at this. This app is telling me that there is a double bottom and the rise probability is a 95% chance. That's technical analysis. I like looking at the numbers, as y'all know. And let's check them out. So Costco, I love their business model, man. You buy stuff in bulk, so you feel like you get a good deal. Consumers do get a good deal. You buy stuff in bulk. You have to have a subscription to even get in Costco, and that's all reoccurring high margin revenue for them. But look at this right here. I mean, they're easy making 1 to 2 billion in net income every quarter, and then they also do buybacks. They even do special dividends sometimes. So yeah, and they're in a little double bottom. So hey. United declines. Yeah, United Healthcare's decline rate for claims was like a 89% or something like that. Or actually, I don't know. That might be a different stat. I don't know, but yeah, they have a high rejection rate. But I guess it can only get better from here with AI and everything. The rejection rate it can only get better is my hope. What? Oh yeah, Devon. If inactivity, bro, dude. Sorry if that hurt your ears. That hurt my ears. Okay, we're back. TikTok said I went AFK. Um, yeah, hey, Devon, this app, it's actually a brokerage. Go to the link tree in my bio. I think it's like the fourth link there if you want to get it. Let's see. How do you use the indicators? Yeah, I also have a tutorial. Yeah, Dot. If you want to learn how to use this app that I'm using, go to the link tree in my bio. I also have a tutorial. Like, there's so many cool features. Like, you can compare stocks to other stocks. You can see like every metric, like compare it to others, like the PE. Anyway, if you want to learn more, I have a video on it. Let's keep going here. RYCEY. So yeah, Rolls Royce. Yo, RYCEY. So this is Rolls Royce right here. Whoa, look at that all-time high on Rolls Royce. So congrats if you own them. A lot of people know Rolls Royce for like the cars that they make, but this is actually an aerospace and defense company. Look at that. Aerospace is half their business. Then they're in defense, power systems. So this is mainly an aerospace company. They make jet engines. And their net income's great, 3 billion in the most recent year, and they're trading at 29 times net income. That's a fair valuation, 29 PE. I mean, that's not too crazy overvalued. I'm contemplating buying anything at market open. Yeah, it's tough to buy stuff. Like the market's already done so great the past month. VST. Yo, here's Vistra Energy. This is like the second or third largest nuclear stock right here. I think they own like 11 nuclear reactors. And they just did a little natural gas acquisition too. So the net income went negative in the most recent quarter. That's normal with their like ZTC tax credits and stuff. It's like, don't worry about that. Overall, the company's doing really solid. 25 PE. You get a growing dividend here. 0.5% yield, 12% payout ratio. See, that's another nuclear energy play. Hey, bro, I just messaged you. Can you look at it? Yeah, hey, after the stream, I'll check out my messages. MDT, Medtronic. So, hey, what up, Trapper08? How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good night. We're all having a good night after this news of the Trump tariff cancellation because the market's loving it. Anyway, here's Medtronic right here. Great company, just not run the best right now. They're in a lot of niche industries. Like, look, neuroscience, medical, surgical, cardiovascular, diabetes. So you're mainly buying this one for the yield. You get a 3.5% dividend yield with this company, and the payout ratio is safe. It's only a 78% payout ratio. So that's good. And if we look at the net income, yeah, they're making easy $1 billion of net income every single quarter. So yeah, they got a lot of room to, well, they're probably doing some buybacks and stuff. Which tool is this? We're just looking at basic company metrics here. But if you this app I'm using, if you go to the link tree in bio, I think it's linked in there. I think it's like the fifth link in there. Here it's a brokerage though. So here's JP Morgan, great bank company. So check this out right here. Probably the most well-run bank. You get a 2% dividend with this company, 2% dividend yield, and the payout ratio is only at 25%. So they have so much room to raise their dividend. And if we look at the net income, this is what's crazy about JP Morgan. Did you know they're making literally 15 billion of net income a quarter? I mean, this is super impressive. Hey man, last time before you lost your TikTok. Oh, I don't remember what that was about. What's up, Free Me? I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, hey, I'm scared. For y'all on the TikTok stream, I'm scared my TikTok account's gonna get banned. If you're like a usual here, my account has been banned, like permanently banned over 10 times and unbanned every time because I don't do anything wrong. I'm scared it's gonna get permanently banned one day. So if you want to help me out, main way to support me, just go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really mean a lot. My YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. It's also in the link tree in my bio. First link there. Just please leave a comment, say you came from the YouTube live, or just hit the subscribe button. Anyway, let's keep going. Shin said QNC. Is this the Canadian company, or let me know if are you talking about Quantum Emotion, or was that the stock there? Thoughts on BKR? What is BKR? I know there's IBKR. So Baker Hughes. So I forget what they do. I've heard of this company though. They pay a dividend. Hey, a 2.4% yield, a very low payout ratio. So they actually have room to raise their dividend. Yeah, 12 PE. Oil field service. Okay, so they're an oil and industrial energy tech business. Okay. So that's probably why they have the high yield. Look at this net income. Wow, they're making like half a billion every quarter. So a very profitable. That's why they pay out that high yield. Yeah. 12 PE because they're related to the oil and gas industry, but yeah, they're doing great actually. Uh, yeah, hey, yo, Shin, QNC, is this the stock you're talking about? I apologize there. Wait, QNC, Quantum Emotion. I think this is the stock he was talking about. So they're down 19% on the day. There must have been some good news recently because the volume has gone nuts. It's not on earnings, so there must have been some random news. I don't know. Yeah, oh, there's no data for this company because dang, so they don't sell anything right now. They're losing. I wish I could give you more thoughts on them. There was some good news or something. Concert said CVV stock. So what's this one? CDV equipment. So the stock is not done too good. It's actually done bad. It's the same price it was back in 2018. What do they do? So no dividend on this company. Chemical vapor deposition deposition. Huh. The business it's up 114%, but the revenue is only 6 million. So they don't really have that much sales. Well, this is good news. The revenue is up 68% to 8 million and they made net income. Actually, that's great news. They made net income in the most recent quarter. So, and that was real. Pretty good balance sheet. Yeah. They're they're okay. I mean, I probably still wouldn't buy them, but or maybe as a small position, but they're okay. Things they need to keep that up. CELH. Oh, Celsius Holdings. So I was just drinking an Alani, and Celsius just acquired Alani. If anyone's heard of that energy drink, Celsius is just an energy drink company. If you're wondering why is the stock falling so much, from 90 all the way down to 34, it's because if you look right here, the net income actually went negative last two quarters, but it finally came back positive this quarter. It was 44 million, but the quarter before, down 19 million, and yeah, they lost 19 million, so that's not great. But they have a good balance sheet. That's how they can acquire Alani. Pretty much no debt, no net debt on that company. Yo, what up, XZR? Yeah, that's why I agree with you, man. Is it still a good time to buy Google? Yo, I think I would still probably dollar cost average into Google here. Google's a great company, just buy and hold forever. No reason to ever sell out of them. If we go right here, we got 19 shares of Google. I'm up 8% on them. So I probably would still buy Google at the 175 and below level. Again, not financial advice here. The PE is still really low. Historically, a 19 PE. They're such an innovative company. They own, Google Search, obviously. They own YouTube. They have Waymo. They have their own quantum chip, Google Cloud, Wiz, cybersecurity. And look at this net income. I mean, this is impressive. Grew their net income 45% year over year. Revenue is only up 12%, so that means they're growing their margins. So, and they have a dividend, going to be a huge dividend growth company with Google. So I love them. Let's see here. FDX, FedEx stock. Yeah, hey, FedEx actually just partnered with Amazon. Um, Amazon lost their partnership with UPS, and then FedEx came and picked it up. So let's see here. The dividend is a 2.5% dividend here, a fair 30% payout ratio. They have room to raise it. A 13 PE on this company because, they just do a commodity. Package statistics. Average revenue per parcel is $24.41. Hey, that's interesting. If you go to the net income, yeah, they're pretty good. They're making pretty much $1 billion of net income a quarter if you average it out here. And they paid 30% of that out in dividends. So, I mean, the stock's done pretty decent, yeah. We'll look at a few more stocks. I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, if y'all want to hit the follow button, we go live every day, twice a day. We'll be live tomorrow for sure. We'll go do another 2 streams tomorrow. Hey, if y'all want to support me, best way to support me, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called Nathan Roberts, in the link tree in bio, first link there. Let's see, Canada, Alaska Uranium, CVV. Or wait, oh, Alaska Uranium. So this is the stock you were talking about. Okay, well, unfortunately, this stock is on the monthly at an all-time low, but they've done decent. I mean, I guess the past couple, they're still a penny stock. Yeah, the whole company's worth 150 million. That's not great. So, yeah, I'd be careful with ticker symbol CVV. They're just a small company. They're probably related to uranium, though. I know uranium's done good. So, where can I buy crude oil? I mean, CVX, or actually XOM is probably your safest, biggest play. I mean, ExxonMobil, XOM, with these oil and gas stocks, crude stocks, you get a nice yield as well. So you buy ExxonMobil, you also get a 3.8% dividend. So a near 4% dividend yield. And yeah, actually, Exxon's cool. So, hey, thanks again, XZR, for being here. You on Shell. I'm probably going to end the stream here. I do really appreciate y'all. I'll do a quick portfolio update because the market has gone nuts here. And thanks again. Please drop a like and subscribe. We'll be live tomorrow for sure, for sure. But look at this right here. This is my main dividend portfolio. Every stock in here pays a dividend. All these are like dividend growth companies like Meta, Google, United Rentals. I got McDonald's though. We also have a Roth IRA. Dang, market keeps going up in the after hours market. Yeah, let me just show you that real quick. If you go to the Qs right here, no way, up 1.89% now, dude. The Qs, we're going to have a really green day tomorrow. That's crazy. And we also have our risk on portfolio right here. This is my Webull account right here. We're only up 3% all time in here, so we haven't done too great. But we have a lot of winners and losers in here. We'll cover call ETFs like JPQ, pay a bigger dividend this month after the maybe that they might get paid the higher. They should get a higher premium when the asset is at its highest point. So that would make sense. Yo, what's up, Mr. Mankey? How's it going, man? You should get the app. Oh, hey, I might check that out. Anyway, hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Oh, and then let me also show you my Moomoo account. So this is my Moomoo account, buy and hold. Pretty much once I buy a stock in here, I just try and hold it for the long run. I don't try and sell anything in here. And again, hey, don't listen to me. You could lose a lot of money on a stock, so always do your own research. I recommend if you should DCA into a stock, dollar cost average. But make sure you're dollar cost averaging into a high quality stock, stay diversified. And yeah, by the way, main way to support me if you want to help me out, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's in the link tree in my bio. It's the very first link there if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm scared my TikTok account is going to get banned because it's been banned over 10 times and I'm just worried. So go leave a comment, say you came from the YouTube stream. And if you want, I have a private Discord. I made it lowest price. It's $1 to join. I don't want any. I made a Discord before, but it got so many scammers. So if you want to join my Discord, it's $1 holla. It's also in the link tree in my bio. But anyway, see y'all later. Have a great rest of your day. Y'all are the best. And thank you all for y'all here on the YouTube stream. See you, Miguel. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, Mr. Mankey, Free Me. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your night. We'll be live tomorrow. Same time tomorrow, probably. Thank you again. See you later.